chasing Terrence Crawford. But Terrence Crawford is clout chasing Canelo out. Talk.
Straighter, not roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about, the straight shot, the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Crawford Lopez is out here saying everything to get Terrence Crawford's calling this man racial slurs, about bananas and all kinds of stuff. Let the man touch on his face and disrespect his pops. I mean, he's doing all kinds of things to try to goad Terrence Crawford into giving him opportunity to fight. Now, I believe he should. Me, personally. I believe Terrence Crawford should fight TFM. Dude, absolutely. The same way Terrence Crawford fans believe Canelo Alvarez should fight. The exact same way. Terrence Crawford fans are running around here talking about how Canelo's a duck. Because he won't fight Bud. Canelo is scared. He's scared of Bud. Canelo's scared of black fighters. He won't fight Bud. Canelo has fought black fighters. Several of them. But whatever. That's what the people he won't fight black fighters. He's scared. He's this. Well, can't you say the same thing about Terrence Crawford when it comes to Teofimo Lopez? I don't rock with T. I am a Crawford fan. I don't like his moves, but I don't like I don't like Teofimo Lopez at all. I don't like him. Dirtbag, scumbag, racist. But here's the problem that I have when you guys y'all come out, jump off the porch, come out the woodwork and be like, man, Bud don't need to fight no damn Lopez. Why Bud gonna give Tio a payday? Why? He's giving him an ass whooping. That's what he's giving him. The payday just happens to come along with it. But see, then that goes back to when you guys start saying, why should he do that? Why? Tio's being disrespectful. It's boxing. Boxing. That is the sport of boxing. So what? If Lakers disrespect the Cleveland Cavaliers, then that means the Cleveland Cavaliers are supposed to say, man, I ain't fighting him. I mean, I ain't playing him, bro. I ain't playing the Lakers. The Lakers was disrespectful. I mean, if the Niners and Eagles play each other and the Eagles or the Niners, whichever one, was disrespectful to the other, then that means they should not play the game. What are we doing, bro? This is the only sport where your opponent, you don't like your opponent, so you don't go against your opponent. The Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles do not like each other, and they play twice a year. The Pittsburgh Steelers, when I was a baby, did not like the Cowboys at all. They played. Yeah, those things happen, bro. The Niners, the fucking Vikings and the Lions don't like each other, but they play. But boxing is the only sport where people be like, I don't like this guy. Because I don't like this guy, I'm not fighting him. But it's the weirdest thing because it's the only sport where if you don't like somebody, you get an opportunity to beat them up. You don't like them. You get an opportunity to put hands on them if you don't like them. Like, this is literally this only sport where people are saying, I like a person, so because I like them, I'm not fighting. Like Shakur Stevenson, who likes Keyshawn Davis, so he's not going to fight Keyshawn. And then out of nowhere, Abdullah Mason is also your little brother, and you like him, so you're not going to fight him. So you're just picking and choosing the baddest motherfuckers to not fight and claiming you like them. This is bonkers to me. It's absolutely bonkers. Terrence Crawford, you are not beating Canelo Alvarez. There is weight classes for a reason. You're not beating him. But if you do, congratulations. Some legendary shit. You're not beating him. But since you're chasing him, then when he says do this, then do it because you're chasing him. Teofimo Lopez, you're not beating Terrence. You're not beating. You're just not good enough. But when Terrence Crawford tells you this is, we'll do this, then do it because you're chasing him. But for some strange reason, these two, Tio is chasing Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford is chasing Canelo Alvarez. But when Canelo says, hey, I want this, all of a sudden, people are, oh, man, how he gonna want that, man? It's crazy. He gonna want that, man. I can't believe he want that. The fuck you talking about? He don't want Terrence Crawford. He don't give a damn about Crawford. He doesn't care about the dude. Oh. He doesn't care about him. It is that dude, Crawford, that wants him. So since Crawford wants him, then the people that are aligned with Terrence Crawford, that want what he wants, should give in to what Canelo Alvarez is saying, give me if this is what you want. How the fuck is you guys going to tell Canelo Alvarez that he has to fight Terrence Crawford for what they decide to give Canelo Alvarez? Crazy thing is, you guys aren't saying that for Terrence Crawford when it comes to Tio. You're not saying, oh, come on, man. Terrence Crawford, you a duck. Terrence Crawford's fraud, man. Terrence Crawford's scared, man. He coward. He don't want no smoke with Teofimo Lopez. Terrence Crawford, man, he's scared of Latinos. Terrence Crawford's scared of Latinos, man. He don't want no smoke with Latinos. He ducking Latinos. Why don't he fight? He's scared. He's coward. And vice versa. If Terrence Crawford says, this is what I want to make that fight, Teofimo Lopez, you cannot say, oh, see, here he is. He priced himself out. He ducking. No, because you are claiming that you want that fight. Yeah. So Tio's chasing Crawford, who's chasing Canelo, who is telling Crawford, this is what I want, while Crawford is telling Teofimo Lopez, we can fight outside the ring and I'll break your fucking... The dumbest shit in the world. The absolute dumbest, wackest, weirdest, weakest shit in the world. Bro, Teofimo Lopez has a bigger name than anybody Terrence Crawford will fight. Not name Errol Spence, Virgil Ortiz, Canelo Alvarez. And he doesn't want to fight two of them. Yeah, Back Rub, McDoordash, Bumba Clout. Yeah, those guys can fight. They have zero name. They have zero recognition at all. None. Nobody's checking for them, nothing. 154 is full of dogs. Teofimo Lopez, who I cannot fucking stand, is a bigger name than anybody up there not named Errol Spence. It's a bigger name. It's an absolutely bigger name. It's a bigger draw. It might not be a bigger fight. But come on, y'all. Are we going to fucking play these little fuck games? Terrence Crawford versus Teofimo Lopez is a bigger draw than Terrence Crawford versus Back Rub. It's a bigger draw than Crawford versus DoorDash. It's a bigger draw than Crawford versus Bumba Clout. It is not a bigger draw than Crawford versus Virgil Ortiz. It is not a bigger draw than Crawford Spence rematch. It is not. Those are the only two fights that are bigger than Terrence Crawford versus Teofimo Lopez. Just like Canelo Alvarez. Any fight you fight in is not going to be bigger than motherfucking Terrence Crawford, except Benavidez. That's it, bro. That's it. Benavidez. Maybe Chris Eubank in the UK. Not in America. In America, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is the bigger fight. In the UK, it probably is Chris Eubank in the UK. Is Canelo going to fight Chris Eubank in the UK? I don't know. But if he does, it's a bigger fight than Terrence Crawford. If Canelo fights Chris Eubank, a UK fighter in the UK, of course it's going to be a bigger fight because he's a UK fighter. He's got name recognition with his pops. Yeah, he's a bigger draw over there. Terrence Crawford is fighting Canelo in America is a bigger fight. But I don't give a damn where they fight. They can fight on Mars. And Canelo Alvarez versus Benavidez is bigger than any fight that Terrence Crawford thinks he's going to do anywhere with Canelo Alvarez. It's not bigger than that. at all. The biggest fight for Canelo Alvarez right now, at this moment, money-wise, is Benavidez. That's the biggest fight. It's the biggest recognition fight, and it's the biggest money fight. Terence Crawford is a money grab, but it's not the biggest money fight. Just like Bomba Clout and all them other motherfuckers are not a bigger money fight, motherfucking Teofimo Lopez. There might be one other fight that might be bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Might be. And that's Jermell Charlo. It might be. Because they're looking at Jermell Charlo and what Jermell Charlo did with Canelo Alvarez, and that might take a hit on the growth of that fight. Jermell Charlo versus Crawford might not. I don't think it. I think Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is bigger than Jermell. Bigger than Jermell. But I don't know if Terence. I think Terence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez is bigger than Jermell Charlo fight. We're grasping at straws on that one. That one's debatable. But Virgil Ortiz is definitely bigger than Teofimo. And the Errol Spence rematch is definitely bigger. The Jermell Charlo one may or may not be. It may or may not. But if you have an opponent who is smaller than you, who is calling you out and downing you and going at you, and you can beat this man up real easily, knock this man out, and get a big-ass bag doing it, why the fuck are you not doing it? That's the part that baffles me. The same thing for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford cannot beat Canelo Alvarez. Oh. Why isn't Canelo getting that bag? Why is he not getting it? That's a big bag for Canelo Alvarez. He's not asking for the amount of money that he's asking for to fight Terence Crawford. He's not asking for that to fight anybody else. Well, except for Ben. So if you look at it, right? If you're driving it one direction, you're driving this car one direction. You see Teofimo Lopez chasing Terence Crawford, chasing Canelo Alvarez. And you're sitting here like, bro, why isn't motherfucking Terence Crawford beating Teofimo Lopez up? Why isn't he doing it? And why isn't Canelo Alvarez beating up Terence Crawford? Then you get in front of this bus and you start driving this motherfucker backwards. Driving it backwards now. Now you're saying, Canelo, are you scared of this man, bro? And it's like, nah, he ain't scared of nobody, man. Canelo ain't scared of nobody. He fought bigger opponents, stronger opponents, younger opponents. He ain't scared of no goddamn Terence Crawford. But why aren't you fighting him then? Why aren't you getting a big-ass bag to fight this man? Why aren't you taking 30 million to fight him? Why are you asking for damn near $100 million, $150 million, $200 million to fight Benavidez? Why are you asking for that shit? Don't get it twisted. You're well within your rights to ask. Everybody gassing you, talking about how you're this and you're that and blah, blah, blah. Fine. If I'm this and I'm that, then pay me like I'm this and I'm that. I ain't got no beef with them asking that. See, I'm just backing the bus up now. And I'm saying, why aren't you getting that back? Because you versus Terence Crawford is bigger than you versus anybody else not named Benavidez. And maybe Chris Eubank in the UK. But that's a bigger fight. That's a bigger money fight than everybody. So why aren't you? Payday. You want payday. I know. So if you're running around here saying that only thing that Benavidez brings is 25 extra pounds, then what do you bring to Terence Crawford? What do you bring to Terence Crawford? 25 extra pounds. Maybe more. Shit. Okay, well, if you keep backing this bus up, Terence Crawford, if you're talking about you want to fight big money fights, you're looking for big bags, you mad? Well, you guys are mad at me for getting a bag. Ain't this the guy talking about he want to stay busy fights? He want to stay busy, stay active, the active squad? Ain't this him? It's the same guy that fought David Ambrosian and just for 10 million? Well, bro, why don't you fight motherfucking Teofimo Lopez for however many millions? Why don't you fight him? This motherfucker's calling for the smoke. Bro, I'm gonna give you these excuses over and over and over again. Give you these excuses. Oh man, well, you know, TO's in litigation. Yeah, well, Terrence Crawford was in litigation. He was suing Bob Arum. He still fought. He sued Bob Arum. He still fought. He sued that man. Terrence Crawford sued Bob Arum and still fought. So I'm very confused on how nobody else can fight, but Terrence Crawford can still fight and still sue. So I just look at this from both perspectives, both directions. And I am more in line with Canelo Alvarez. If you beat Terrence Crawford easy, which I believe you did, then fight him. Teofimo Lopez, calling for Terrence Crawford. Well, Terrence Crawford, if you beat Teofimo Lopez so easy, then fight him. Fight him. You don't like this man. This man is calling you racial slurs. Bro, do you realize how many people in the world would just love to get in the ring with a racist and beat him up? You have the opportunity to get in the ring with a racist and beat his motherfucking ass. Stop him. Bust his face all up. Punish him. Smash his fucking kidneys. You have an opportunity to punch on this man. And you're worried about a payday where you're going to get a bigger payday than him? You're going to make more money than him. There is no money coming out of your pocket to pay him. None. You're going to make the money you make, the millions you make to beat this nigga up. You're going to make the millions you make. Nothing is coming out of your pocket. You're not losing a penny. It's 100% profit for you, Turner. Why aren't you beating up Teofimo Lopez? Why aren't you? Canelo Alvarez. It's 100% profit for you. You ain't losing a dollar. Why aren't you beating up Terrence Crawford? He can't beat you. Terrence Crawford, T.O. can't beat you. These are two fighters who can't beat you guys, but yet you guys aren't fighting either one of them. Makes me think there's more to it than just you guys not wanting to give someone a pay. Makes me think there's more to it. Terrence Crawford really worried about Teofimo Lopez? I mean, I don't think so. But then why isn't he getting an easy bag? You fought David Ambrosian. You fought David Avenesian. Like, why not fight Teofimo Lopez? Teofimo Lopez's name is bigger than David Avenesian. Right now. Even back then. So, what are we really doing here? What are we doing? Canelo Alvarez, you should be fighting Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, you should be fighting Teofimo Lopez. The best should be fighting the best. You should be fucking fighting, bro. Yes, there's weight classes for a reason. Roy Jones fought at heavyweight. Yes. Manny Pacquiao fought in 8 divisions. Floyd fought in 5. Yeah. Motherfucking Hammer and Hank Lundy defended motherfucking 2 weight classes at the exact same time. Stayed in both weight classes and defended in both. Floyd Mayweather went on to do that later on, but not nowhere near the same. So it's like, what are we really fucking doing here? All right? Canelo Alvarez looked at as the guy. Terrence Crawford wants a piece of that. He wants to be looked at as the guy. He wants to take what Canelo Alvarez had. Dethrone him, like Terrence Crawford said. You want to take what he got. Okay, cool, no problem. We're pushing Terrence Crawford to get the Canelo Alvarez. Then we should be pushing for Teofimo Lopez to get the Terrence Crawford fight. They're both clout chasing. Because Terrence Crawford has no desires to go to 168 and campaign there and fight Canelo Alvarez, become his mandatory and campaign. He's got no desires. None. He likes fighting right where he's at, and he wants to go up there for one fight and one fight only. Sounds exactly like Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is not going to 154, starting a campaign at 154, fight the Bumba Clots, back rubs, the door dashes, Thunderbergs, he'll get annihilated. That man will get punched on. He's not trying to fight none of those guys. He ain't trying to fight Virgil Ortiz. No, he wants to go to 154 for one fight and one fight only against Terrence Crawford. He wants to dethrone Crawford. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to go to 154 and stay there and campaign. He wants to do what Crawford wants to do. Canelo Alvarez is the name, and Crawford wants to put him on his resume. Terrence Crawford is the name, and Tio wants to put him on his resume. Nothing more, nothing less. He don't give a damn. They don't even care if they win. They just want to fight them all. And I'm game. I got no problem if they win or lose either. I don't believe Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. But if the fight happens, I'll watch it. Because it's the best fight in the best. I don't like Teofimo Lopez at all. And he cannot beat. Fight happens, I'll watch it. I don't like Teofimo Lopez and I want to see him get beat up. And I'm honest enough with the public to tell y'all that. But why isn't Terrence Crawford fighting? Bro, you're not fighting Errol Spence. Not fighting Virgil Ortiz. You already said you're not fighting either one of them. So you're basically in a weight class for absolutely no reason. You're literally clout chasing Canelo Alvarez, who fights at 168 while you are staying at 54. And Teofimo Lopez is doing the exact same fucking thing. Because Teofimo Lopez, as the WBO champion, move up. Use his WBO status to get in line to fight the winner of Errol Spence versus Fundora. Why isn't he? Because if he beats the winner, if Teofimo Lopez beats Fundora, which he will not do, or if he beats Errol Spence, which he will not do, but if he does, he will then be the WBO champion at 154, so him fighting Terrence Crawford will be a unification. Why isn't he doing it? Why isn't he doing it? Just like Terrence Crawford moving up right now, fighting William Skull, and becoming the IBF champion at 168, and then challenging Canelo Alvarez, unify. Reunify what you already unified. Let's do it again. Now I'm fighting for something now. You can become a 2-time undisputed champion at 168. I'm giving you something. I'm bringing something to the table now. Why isn't Terrence Crawford doing that? Because they're both clout chasing. Crawford is clout chasing Canelo, and Tio is clout chasing Terrence Crawford. Neither one of them are making the right moves to make the fucking fights happen. And they're doing it on purpose because they really don't want that. They want the public's opinion and perception. You cannot tell me Terrence Crawford really wants to fight. I don't believe it. Because if you did, then you'd be moving up to 168 right now. Same thing y'all tell me about Jerron Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. He really don't want to fight Terrence Crawford because if he did, he'd be at 154, BF. He'd be at 154, BF. Boots really don't want to fight. He'd be at 154. No problem. Terrence Crawford really don't want to fight Canelo Alvarez. Or he'd be at 168. Teofimo Lopez doesn't really want to fight Terrence Crawford. Or he'd be at 154. There is no reason for either one of them to be at the weight classes that they are at when they're calling out a guy in another weight class. Unless they are clout. But I know you guys will spin it. I'll enjoy watching the comments and watch how y'all spin this shit. BFTB, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, subscribe to my Patreon. And if you feel like supporting me, please support me in the PayPal or the Cash App.